coach with an effective game plan. We at Alder Verbergen can help you develop and implement a financial game plan for your family's future. Let Alder Verbergen be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alder Verbergen & Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at alderverbergen.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
Your late model is wanted at R&B Car Company because we're buying vehicles. That's right. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, even those big honkin' diesels. And we're buying on the spot. It's business as usual. Max allowance for your trade. We'll still give you $2,500 minimum for your trade-in. No payments for 90 days with approved credit. We'll deliver or buy your vehicle anywhere. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, Michiana. Fast and friendly service and the best deal bottom line. Shop now and get pre-approved at rbcarcompany.com. Hello, I'm Jay Rigdon. If the last 18 months has taught us anything, it's been the importance of planning for your future and your family's future. At Rockhill Pinnock, our attorneys are ready to help you with that job, using tools ranging from simple powers of attorney to complex trusts and everything in between. Don't leave the future of your loved ones to chance. To discuss your family's future and how to protect it, call 267-6116 for an appointment. Rockhill Pinnock, lawyers you can count on.
Dave Ramsey, weeknights at 6 on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
Coach, every team has to have a place to start, and your place to start on Saturday night was a really good place.
You know, I thought the second half against Norwell, we played extremely well defensively. We made the adjustments we needed to make in the second half. We go from holding them, go from giving up 29 points in the first half to holding them to 15 in the second. Defensively, I was happy with where we're at. Offensively, we're still a work in progress, but once again, if you would have told me I was going to score 53 in my first game, I would have taken it in a heartbeat. We're still a work in progress. That's just the start. What's going to matter, as we've talked about multiple times, is the finish. I want to know where we finish in February. The beginning of the story, great one. I'm interested in the end.
Defensively, how did you like your rotations as far as personnel? You played 7 girls. How did you feel that 7 was able to function as far as their fitness, as far as their stamina? Obviously, they played really well in the fourth quarter.
No, I was pleased with where we were at, considering it was our first game. I didn't think we were quite in game shape yet, but we were probably in a little bit better shape than I thought we were. But of course, every coach doesn't think their team's in shape, hence some of the conditioning that happens. But we were definitely in better shape than I thought we were. I like our 7. We're still searching for that solid number 8 right now, and to get a good solid rotation. That's what we're going to try to figure out here over the next month and a half. Who is that 7 and number 8? But I liked where we were at. We've got a lot of different pieces. We can play small. We can play big. Anything from, Abby Peterson at a 1 to Zoe Bergen at a 5 to Abby Sanner and, Bailey and Caiston is a guards. We've got a lot of different pieces with this team, and that's what I like about it.
2 things on offense. The first one, the fact that your kids shot really well from 3-point range. Are you comfortable with the number of 3-pointers attempted? And if not, how do you adjust to that?
That's a trick question in my mind, just in the sense of if we're shooting them well, that's a number I'm comfortable with, and we were shooting them well. So in my mind, I was comfortable with that as long as we're taking good shots within the flow of the offense and we're hitting at a good clip. If not, then we obviously need to change what we're doing. That's a game-to-game thing in my mind, and we have the pieces to do it. We can go inside more. We can get to the basket. We can get to the free throw line. If you're going to tell me I'm going to go 0 for that number of this game, then no, I'm not happy with that. I'm not going to be content with that. But with how that game was flowing, I really thought that they were good shots. Abby Sanner, she's still 100%. I'd be happy if she stayed 1 for 1 right now and kept that 100%. But at the same time, she's proven she can hit it. I think she hit 1 last year or 2 at one point. I think that's a game-to-game thing. And tonight that could be a challenge because I'm anticipating we might see some zone for the first time and maybe a lot. I could be wrong there. Watching Manchester on film for the first 3 games, they've played nothing but man-to-man. So, I'm torn here with what I think they're going to do, with new coach. So maybe she's trying to establish man-to-man as her primary defense. So, but like I said, that's a game-to-game decision and one we're going to have to be smart about.
The other thing is ball handling. You did something that I didn't think was possible against Norwell. You made them stop playing their 1-3-1 trap because your girls handled it so well.
No, and that's a tribute to the kids. They really executed the spacing in the offense that we wanted to run against that 1-3-1. Quite honestly, I was shocked they didn't go back and try it towards the end of the game just to see if it didn't bother us a little bit more than it did early. Them not going back to that caught me off guard. But part of that is due to the fact that we took care of the ball, we were strong with it, we made good passes, we were in position to catch passes, and that's a tribute to those kids and executing what we put in.
Okay, go get them.
Thank you.
It's Lady Krebs and the Lady Tigers. We'll come back and further preview tonight's game between Warsaw and Manchester next on News Now Warsaw.
Bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, all the boys in blue, calls won't start, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, all the boys in blue, I reckon in these states, and he's the best race, take the next step, go like us to net, go with the guys who got the best tools, if you get in a wreck, they'll come and get you, bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, oh like us to net, they'll come get you, remember, when you get in a wreck, oh like us to net. Lake City Restoration on Argonne Road at Warsaw is there when you need them most. Call 574-385-9111. Whether it's damage from a fire, flood, mold, storm, or biohazard, Lake City Restoration is the solution for your emergency service needs. Call 574-385-9111. That's 385-9111. Online at lcrestore.com or simply Google Lake City Restoration. Progressive Insurance, Home Depot, Babbel. You recognize the names? Know what they have in common? Effective advertising. It boosts top-of-mind awareness. When consumers are making purchase decisions, they think of brands or retailers they already know. Radio works because listeners remember ads. 82% per Nielsen. Yep, radio's ad recall is 82% when listening to great radio stations like the one you're listening to right now. Let us help your business grow. Contact Woody at woody@kensington.media where we are working for you.
Now back to the Lady Tigers on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
When the Lady Tigers make a free throw tonight, it's, of course, a donation for the kids in Kosciuszko County. For every Lady Tiger free throw this season, Alderfer Bergen & Company will donate $2 to the Kosciuszko County Riley Kids Fund through the Kosciuszko Community Foundation. Alan Alderfer and Mike Bergen started that fund to help parents in Kosciuszko County who take their children to Riley Hospital for children with expenses like gas, food, and lodging. Alderfer Bergen & Company, Financial Planning, 122 West Market Street in Warsaw, and online at alderferbergen.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Tonight's key matchups are brought to you by Arby's on State Road 15 north of Warsaw, Warsaw's only locally owned and operated Arby's restaurant. From the marketplace sandwich to the classic beef and cheddar, Arby's has you covered. Arby's on State Road 15 north of Warsaw, a proud supporter of the Warsaw Tigers. Warsaw, as we told you, 1-0 after their big win in their opening game on Saturday, 53-44 over the number 5 team in 3A in Norwell. Manchester, Rob, is 0-3. They lost to Wawasee in their opener, 58-39. 39 is the most points they've scored in a game this season. They also lost to Triton, 45-33. And they played last night on the road. They went the other direction. They went to Lewis Cass, and they lost to them 37-32. And it's not hard to figure out why they've had trouble scoring points. They've shot the ball incredibly poorly. 10 of 40 in the game last night at Lewis Cass, and that is 25%. And Rob, that is on par for what they've shot the first 3 games of the season.
Yeah, it's tough to win ball games when you shoot 25%. That's an accurate statement, and you're right. They're struggling offensively. I watched some game film, and they're just having a hard time putting the ball in the hoop. They're struggling offensively to get good looks at the basket and get. And once they do get those good looks, they're really having a hard time putting the ball in the hole.
Their coach knows what she's doing. That's Allie Kaufman. She's a first-year coach. You may remember that name. You go, where do I know Allie Kaufman from? Well, Allison Kaufman was a terrific player at Grace College,
When she graduated in 2015 out of Fort Wayne Blackhawk, then went to Grace, she finished her career as the number 2 scorer in Grace history with 1,784 points. She was an NAIA and NCCAA All-American. So she knows her way around the game. And Manchester has been known to have some talent in girls basketball. They've just got to get it all pointed in the right direction. They have a freshman that they're very excited about, Brooklyn Buzzard. She is a freshman who averages 6 points per game. She fouled out with 6 points in the game last night. She is shooting just 19% from the field. If this team's going to win games, I know she's a freshman. This is all very new. It's a big jump from 8th grade. She's going to have to score points for this team to win.
Yeah, and that's hard when you're looking for a freshman to be your leader and to be your scorer, but that's what she is. She handles the ball a lot. She's out there at the point. But watching her warm up, you can tell that she is a baller. I mean, you just watch her move, you watch her handle the ball, you watch her shoot. She is a ball player, and in time, she's going to be pretty exceptional. But right now, they're really leaning on her hard, and she's only a freshman.
Statistically, their leader is Ainsley West, a senior, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. She leads the team in those categories and also leads them in blocks with 8 and steals with 6. And she's tied in 3-point baskets with 4 through the first 3 games of the season, and she will be somebody the Lady Tigers will have to keep an eye on tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. She's one of those players who has that mix of she's got the size, but she can go outside too. She handles the ball well. She can shoot out on the perimeter, and then she can go down inside and post up and help you under the bucket. So she's kind of got that complete game going for her. And yeah, she is their leading scorer right now.
Keys to the game for you tonight?
Well, the keys to the game is play your game. You know, execute. That's what this night's all about, is doing things fundamentally sound. Don't get sloppy, and just play your game.
You built up. I'll throw in one more, and you kind of are on the ramp up to where I'm going, and that is you did so much good on Saturday against Norwell. The goal tonight is not to undo part of it and win, but not feel as good when you leave this game.
Right, and you know, we're talking about like Warsaw should win easily. Well, the numbers show that they should, and when you go into a game like that, it's easy to get sloppy. It's easy to think, you know what, we got this in the bag, I can try new stuff, I can try fancy stuff. No, play fundamentally sound ball.
Warsaw and Manchester about to lock up here in the Tiger Den tonight. We'll give the series information and get things going after this timeout on News Now Warsaw.
When my team goes to work for you, we are original. Professionals with modern, unparalleled marketing and unwavering standards and passion. To us, it's more than just selling someone a house. We move people's lives forward and guide them to a home. Handling the real estate task flawlessly is one thing, but our expertise in people and results is what clients respect about us. I believe that is what makes us successful. I'm Brian Peterson of the Brian Peterson Real Estate Group of Warsaw. You can reach us at brianpetersongroup.com.
Hi, I'm Woody Zimmerman, General Manager of Warsaw Radio Kensington Digital Media. Thank you to all of the amazing businesses in our communities. 2020 has shown us your strength, creativity, and resilience. Our business community is truly remarkable, but we know this. It is the Kosciuszko County way.
And I'm Rob Parker, President and CEO of the Kosciuszko Chamber of Commerce. Did you know that for every dollar you spend at a local, independently owned store, 68 cents stays right here in our community? Shopping locally creates jobs and builds better neighborhoods. By shopping local, or as we like to say, shop at a store with a door, we are strengthening our economy, which strengthens our community.
Businesses, make sure you pick up your Shop a Store with a Door window decal to display in your front window at the Kosciuszko Chamber of Commerce or Kensington Digital Media. Supported by the Kosciuszko Chamber of Commerce, Oliver Bergen and Company, Bowers Jewelry, and News Now Warsaw 1480 AM and 99.7 FM.
News Now Warsaw, WRSW 1480 AM and W259 DJ 99.7 FM, Warsaw, Indiana.
This is the 30th meeting between Warsaw and Manchester. The Lady Tigers have won 26 of 29 previous meetings. The Manchester wins came in 1982, 1983, and 2006. Last year, a COVID-hampered Lady Tiger team won in North Manchester 57-37 without Lenny Krebs and Caitlin Krebs. 2 years ago in the Tiger Den, Warsaw won 82-29. Warsaw has won the last 6, and the two schools have met every year since the 2016-2017 season. Ron Henry has the microphone down courtside, and he will get things started for us tonight here at the Tiger Den.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand for the playing of our national anthem. Good evening and welcome to the Tiger Den, home of the Lady Tigers. Tonight the Lady Tigers are hosting the Manchester Lady Squires. And here are the starting lineups, first of all, for Manchester. Number 3, Aliala Atienza. Number 5, Brooklyn Buzzard. Number 14, Keelan Krieger. Number 35, Ainsley West. And number 44, Olivia Neal. The Lady Squires are coached by Allie Kaufman, assisted by Jen Birch, Heather Flingler, and John Kopp. And now for the Lady Tigers. Starting at forward, a 5'8" junior, number 5, Zoe Bergen. Starting at guard, a 5'6" senior, number 11, Bailey Stevens. Starting at forward, 5'9" sophomore, number 15, Ava Egoff. Starting at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 31, Abby Center. And at guard, a 5'9" senior, number 35, Kaislyn Krebs. The Lady Tigers are coached by Lenny Krebs, assisted by Jack Deere, Jim Spiker, Kevin Bragg, and Hannah Wanamaker.
Your officiating crew tonight, Jeremy Becker, Scott Dixon, and our good friend, the former car salesman of Kiwanis, Jack Urban.
You gotta love that.
I love Jack.
And
I miss him.
before we get too far into this, we have a Bryce Lippy sighting down
We
there
do.
at the other end of the floor.
I'm glad you said that. You beat me to it. Bryce Lippy is here. Of course, his dad is the commander-in-chief of the building at Manchester High School. So it's good to have Bryce back in the building. I don't know if he's listening to me. If he's listening to me, wave, Bryce. Say hi.
I love it. I love it. It's good to see Bryce as always.
Up she goes. Sander wins the tip. Stevens puts it up and missed it. And Stevens got a run rebound. So Warsaw will set up a play 8 seconds into the game. That was an organized tip play to try to get a basket, and they almost got it. Bergen backdoor lob. Stevens puts it up, missed it. Rebound grab by Neal for Manchester. 18 seconds into the game, we are scoreless. Warsaw with 2 really good chances and nothing to show for it. Now, Squires at the near end. At the top of the circle, this is West, and she's going to be called for dribble. The ball hit her in the hand. She pushed the ball down. That constitute as a dribble. She then caught it and put it down again.
Yeah, a lot of people get confused by that. If it hits your hands and just falls straight down, you can still dribble, but if you push it down and bring it back up to you, that's your first dribble. You can't dribble again after that.
Well, I believe that now has become the hardest call in basketball. It used to be the block charge call, which is still difficult, but I think that call is now the hardest. Stevens in the backcourt for the Lady Tigers. Warsaw working to the east end of this beautiful facility in the opening half. Out top to Egoff. Dribbles right, hands off to Krebs, who signed her official letter of intent to go to the University of Indianapolis today. They run push down. Stevens couldn't get it to Krebs. Sander makes a head fake, drives in, shoots it, and got the roll. Abby had 16 points and 12 rebounds in the win over Norwell on Saturday, and she has the first 2 in this game. Now Krieger. Krieger top of the circle, hands it back for West. West now to Neal, shoots a long jumper. It's a 3, it's no good. Rebound grab by Stevens. Stevens takes off running, lobs ahead to Sander, in for the left, fakes, shoots, and scores. Sander runs the floor so well for a girl who's 6'3". 4-0 Lady Tigers. Up the baseline, West fires it off the bound of the backboard. Got a one rebound. Shot off the bound of the backboard again. Rebound to Eagle for the Lady Tigers. Stevens in transition. Long cross-court pass, deep right corner Krebs. Krebs pounds it, or tried to, down into Sander on the block. The ball was kicked by Ainsley West. It's out of bounds to Warsaw. We played not quite a minute 45, and Warsaw leads 4-0.
Yeah, Warsaw playing with a lot of good energy here offensively. They're moving the ball well. They're passing well. And they look good at that end of the court.
Krebs out on the right wing off the inbound. Dribbles to the foul line, step back 17-footer is an air ball, and it's tipped out of bounds by Egoff, and Manchester will have the possession.
Yeah, Caselin forced that one, and she knows it. That didn't come in the flow of the offense. She forced it a little bit.
Now across the line comes Buzzard. Throws it off to West, who will baseball it to the near side for Atienza. We'll spell that for you in just a minute. West, pass out top deflected. Sander gets to it. And then whips a pass ahead to Bergen, who puts it up and in. What a play by Sander, who knocked it away and stole it and then fed it ahead. And a timeout is taken here by Manchester, Rob. We're going to keep it here with 5:47 left to play here in the opening quarter. And Warsaw off to a 6-0 start.
Yeah, and that time Warsaw came with a 1-3-1 trap of their own. And Manchester wasn't ready for it. They ended up throwing it away. Warsaw got a deflection. Abby Sander made the steal, made a nice little spin pivot, and a beautiful pass down court. And the Tigers got an easy bucket out of it.
That was pretty impressive.
That was very impressive.
Because as she tipped the ball away, she grabbed it, and I saw her pick up her left foot, and I thought, what is she going to do with this ball? Well, she spun around and almost blindly led Zoe Bergen down the court for an easy 2. Zoe had 4 in the opener, missed a couple of 3-point shots. But it's 6-0 Lady Tigers. And one-on-one full court pressure on now by Stevens, closely guarding Atienza. And now Atienza goes down in a heap, and we're going to have traveling. Actually, that was Buzzard. Buzzard fell down with the ball. Traveling is the call, out of bounds to the Lady Tigers.
And she fell down with the ball because Bailey Stevens was right there in her pocket. And Bailey went down as well, but they ended up calling a travel.
Perhaps could have been a foul. Sander, low block left, turns into a double team, out to the free throw line. Egoff tries it right down the lane for two. Ava with an aggressive offensive move, and it's 8-0 Lady Tigers. Quickly down court, West down below us, all the way back across for Atienza. Now on the baseline, it's Neal. She's trapped, and she threw it off of Stevens and out of bounds, and Manchester will maintain possession.
Yeah, nice job by Neal that time. She was trapped in the corner and did a good job of just bouncing it off one of the Tiger players.
Krieger to throw it in for the corner, lobs it out to Buzzard. It looks like a zone defense. This is the 1-2-2 Lady Tiger zone defense. Krieger flips it up, or Buzzard flips it up off the top of the glass. She traveled first. That's a turnover, and that gives the ball back to the Lady Tigers, who lead 3 minutes into the game, 8-0.
Yeah, she just tried to force it that time. She tried to dribble right into the teeth of that zone, and she had nowhere to go with it.
Stevens across the line, left sideline to Bergen. Bergen up the baseline, all the way in for two more. Zoe's got 4, and it's 10-0 Lady Tigers, and we're not even halfway through the opening quarter. 1-3-1 half-court trap in effect. West left corner, three-pointer, it's no good. Sanders got the rebound, trying to yank it out of there, did, and we're going to have a whistle and a held ball called. And the arrow belongs to Manchester.
Yeah, Manchester doing a good job of hanging around there and tying up Abby Sander after she pulled down that defensive rebound.
Krieger to throw it in, baseline right at the near end. Lobs all the way to midcourt. Bergen saw it coming and stole it. She's ahead of everybody, and she'll stop. Oh, and she lost the ball out of bounds. Zoe looked to the heavens for a moment, then put her hands together and almost was ready to hide behind her hands, because that was as easy a two as she's ever going to get, and she fumbled it to Gary Nieder down on the end of the bleachers. Cross-court pass thrown away. Krebs to Bergen. Right back across to Krebs for two. Zigzag passing, and another timeout called by Manchester. 4:12 left to play in the opening quarter. Warsaw leads 12-0. We're back in 60 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Basketball is a game where your team could play man defense, zone defense, motion offense, press. You could focus on shooting threes or scoring in the post. Whatever strategy you use, in order to win the game, your team needs a head coach with an effective game plan. We at Alder Verbergen can help you develop and implement a financial game plan for your family's future. Let Alder Verbergen be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alder Verbergen & Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at alderverbergen.com. Security is offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
Your late model is wanted at R&B Car Company because we're buying vehicles. That's right. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, even those big honkin' diesels. And we're buying on the spot. It's business as usual. Max allowance for your trade. We'll still give you $2,500 minimum for your trade-in. No payments for 90 days with approved credit. We'll deliver or buy your vehicle anywhere. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, Michiana. Fast and friendly service and the best deal bottom line. Shop now and get pre-approved at rbcarcompany.com.
This is Warsaw's Tiger Station. News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
Next up for the Lady Tigers, a road trip. Their first road trip of the year. They will be at Valley on Friday. Rob and I will be there to bring it to you, starting at 7:25 on News Now Warsaw. 4:10 clock running now here in the first quarter. Warsaw has blitzkrieged Manchester. They lead 12-0. Krieger up the baseline, ran out of space and threw it right to Krebs. Krebs 2-on-2 the other way, angling in for the right to the elbow. Crossover dribble and a whistle, and they're going to call her for carrying the ball. Caseland is very disappointed. So is the broadcaster.
I agree.
That looked like a pretty good move.
The little hesitation move, and she turned the ball over beautifully. That looked like a great move.
Squires with the ball back. Down by 12 early. West spins a circle out against Bergen. Lobs it down in deep. Shot underneath the basket by Etienne's no good. Stevens the rebound. 4-on-2. Right side Krebs. Catch and shoot three-pointer. No good. Rebound tipped and grabbed by Entienza for Manchester. Up ahead to West. West a head fake on Krebs, and Krebs is going to be called for a blocking foul. Caseland with her first. That'll be the first against Warsaw in the game. Each team now has one with 3:30 left to play in the quarter. We see our first substitution for the Lady Tigers. Abby Peterson is in the game, and Ava Egoff will come out. Warsaw, as they have done, very consistently under Lenny Krebs in a man-to-man defense. Atienza on the left side puts it in. Aliala Atienza makes it 12-2 at the 3:25 mark of the quarter, and the ball is kicked. And Warsaw maintains possession.
Yeah, Warsaw very much up-tempo tonight, pushing the ball up court as quickly as they can, every opportunity they get. And it's paying off. They're getting good looks, and so far they've looked very good offensively.
And Warsaw gets it into Krebs' right corner, out to the wing, all the way to the free throw line, pulls up for a 15-footer and got it. Caseland with her second basket of this opening quarter. She joins the 4-point club. Three Lady Tigers with 4 points each. Warsaw leads 14-2 with 3 minutes left to play in the quarter. Atienza out to West for a three-pointer that's no good. Krieger's got the rebound. So does Saner. And it's a held ball in the air, belongs to the Lady Tigers. And we get our first varsity look at Layla Knapp, a 5'8 freshman. As Rob said, played very well for the junior varsity on Saturday in their 2-point loss. She did not play in the junior varsity tonight because the Lady Tigers are shorthanded. She has all 4 quarters for the Lady Tiger varsity. Stevens runs the point, dribbles through the center circle, and we'll have a timeout taken. This will be a 30-second timeout. We're going to take it with 2:47 left to play here in the opening quarter. Warsaw leads 14-2. We're back at 30 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Hello, I'm Jay Rigdon. If the last 18 months has taught us anything, it's been the importance of planning for your future and your family's future. At Rockhill Pinnock, our attorneys are ready to help you with that job, using tools ranging from simple powers of attorney to complex trusts and everything in between. Don't leave the future of your loved ones to chance. To discuss your family's future and how to protect it, call 267-6116 for an appointment. Rockhill Pinnock, lawyers you can count on.
The Warsaw Tigers play here on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
Mr. Scott, Steve Scott, back at the station playing the commercials, getting us on the air. 2:47 left, opening quarter. Warsaw 14, Manchester 2. Lady Tigers with the ball at midcourt. Really interesting timeout there taken by Coach Krebs.
Well, he's got 2 freshmen in the game right now, and I think he just wants to make sure everybody knows their role.
Stevens, they clear out the right. She drives in and scores and is fouled. They had to come to the box set. 2 girls on the blocks, 2 girls at the elbows. The 2 girls on the right side of the court ran underneath the basket and out the other side, and Bailey beat her girl to the hoop. Atienza with the foul, her first, score the basket for Stevens, her first 2 of the game, and a chance for 3.
And that's one of Bailey's strengths. She is quick, she's fast, and she's strong. She can go to the hoop with a lot of power.
And the free throws in. Stevens tied last season with Krebs for the best free throw shooting percentage on the team, 76%. Neal comes out of the game for Manchester, and they bring in Gracie Lauer, who is a sophomore. Their roster doesn't have heights. So we just know she's a sophomore, and we can eyeball how tall she is. And West throws a left-handed pass out of bounds. Turnover gives the ball back to the Lady Tigers.
Good defense by the Tigers at a time. They're doing a little bit of trapping, and they aren't trying to trap to take the ball away from you. They're trying to trap to force you into a mistake. And that time, Manchester threw the ball away.
Stevens will jog it up for the Lady Tigers. It is a man-to-man defense. Stevens drives in the lane, fakes the pass, shoots it up and in. And another timeout will be taken by Allie Kaufman. We'll keep this one here. 2:15 left to play in the quarter, Rob. That's big time. She faked the pass to Krebs in the corner, made everybody believe she was throwing it, and then scored.
Yeah, you know, if you can do that, that's got to help immensely, because that defender who's out there on the player in the corner, in this case Krebs, can't cheat out and has to slide back in and cut you off, which opens up that outside shooter in the corner next time.
I have a thought on that. I understand that Krebs is a really good three-point shooter, but that's like a 30% shot out there, and that's probably like a 75% shot down there.
Yeah, absolutely. But if your coach says to you, hey, you're guarding Caitlin Krebs, and by the way, she can stroke it. I want you to make sure you're on her when she gets the ball at the three-point line. Guess where you're going to be?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. 1-3-1 half-court trap coming for the Lady Tigers. Buzzard across the line, up ahead to West. She'll whip a pass inside. It's Sander out of nowhere. Drops down and steals it. 3-on-2 the other way. Stevens out to the right. Layla Knapp jumper. That's an air ball. Stevens still the rebound. Whips it inside to Sander, who had it tipped out of her hands and out of bounds, and Warsaw maintains possession.
Yeah, nice job by Bailey that time, getting an offensive rebound and getting the ball down low into Sander.
Stevens will play it in baseline right at the far end. Looked like the Lady Tigers all set up on the wrong side of the court. Bailey had to step off the line and not take the ball to get everybody organized. And Stevens will lob it out to Peterson between the circles. Into the corner, Stevens backs out beyond the three-point line. 1:50 left to play first quarter. Warsaw leads 19-2. Krebs pressured out beyond the three-point line. Dribbled left and right. Stevens, touch pass down to Sander. Triple team, shot it anyway and scored.
Triple team is right. Manchester had 3 players on Sander down on the low post, and she still put the ball in the hole.
1:30 left to play in the quarter. It's 21-2. Down to the baseline. Krieger, little jump shot is good. Senior Keelan Krieger puts one in from about 8 feet out, makes it 21-4. Stevens across the line. Holding head high, now dribbles off a screen from Krebs to the left elbow. Kicks it out for Knapp. Knapp on the drive from left to right. Hands off to Sander. Sander now to Peterson, right wing. Now Abby top of the circle, left side to Bailey. Stevens thinking about that three-pointer, didn't take it. Now into the right corner, Knapp. Knapp fakes a pass, now throws it into Sander. It's tipped out of bounds. Sander reached out and touched it last. It'll be a turnover against the Lady Tigers and out of bounds. And Krebs will take a seat, and Egoff comes back in with 55 seconds left to play in the quarter.
Yeah, the Tigers doing a good job of moving the ball offensively. That time they just forced it down low a little bit. They threw it down into Sander when she was double teamed, and she lost the ball out of bounds.
Atienza, jump shot from the near baseline, no good. Stevens the rebound for Warsaw. 45 seconds left in a very productive first quarter for the home team. Stevens off an Egoff screen and an illegal screen. Egoff never really got stopped. There wasn't a lot of contact there, but enough to draw the whistle.
Yeah, absolutely. And the ball handler has to wait for the person who's setting the screen to get set, because if they start to move too soon, then the defender runs into the person setting the screen before they're set. So that the two of them have to work really cohesively together on a pick and roll.
Half-court trap on for the Lady Tigers. Well, they flip it out top for West with 25 to shoot. Right side long three-pointer buzzer. That was from NBA range, no good. Sander with the rebound. She had it knocked out of her hands. Last touch by the Squires. Warsaw maintains possession with 18 to play in the quarter.
Squires doing a good job when Sander comes down with those defensive rebounds of hounding her and trying to get that ball away from her.
Yeah, they're not letting her turn an outlet, are they?
No, they're not. And that's one way you stop a fast break, is you stay all over that person who pulls down that defensive rebound.
8 seconds in the quarter. Egoff, 5 seconds at the foul line. Shoots from there. Missed it. Sander with the rebound, 8 feet out. Right side to Knapp, and the ball goes through her legs and toward the sideline as the buzzer sounds. After one, Warsaw 21, Manchester 4. We're back with quarter number 2 in 60 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, all the boys in blue, calls won't start, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, all the boys in blue, wrecking any state, and need the best rate, take the next step, go like a Jeanette, go with the guys who got the best tools, if you get in the wreck, they'll come and get you, bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, oh like a Jeanette, they'll come get you, remember, when you get in a wreck, oh like a Jeanette.
Lake City Restoration on Argonne Road at Warsaw is there when you need them most. Call 574-385-9111. Whether it's damage from a fire, flood, mold, storm, or biohazard, Lake City Restoration is the solution for your emergency service needs. Call 574-385-9111. That's 385-9111. Online at lcrestore.com or simply Google Lake City Restoration. Find out what's happening in your community on In the Know, Saturday mornings at 7 on News Now Warsaw.
The former Julie Cease, now Julie Tripp, mama of two, strapping little handsome boys here at the Tiger Den tonight. It's good to see her. After one, Rob, Warsaw very impressive, 21-4 leaders over Manchester.
Yeah, and in that first quarter, Manchester had 8 turnovers. Warsaw had just 2.
And Manchester has the possession arrow, and Warsaw in a man-to-man defense here in the first possession of the second. Atienza out top for Lauer. On the weave now Buzzard. Buzzard against Stevens. Tried to beat her off the dribble, pushed off a little bit. Steps back for a three-pointer. It's in and out. Rebound by Egoff. Came out of nowhere to grab that one from the top. Stevens, down court, Sander. Spins and put it up and it blocked, but a whistle and a foul called. Free throws coming up for Abby Sander and the Lady Tigers.
That was funny to watch Abby that time because she was ahead of most of the Warsaw players heading down court, and she called for the ball by putting her hand up, and then suddenly the ball was coming, and she looked really surprised. It's kind of like she caught it, made that one power dribble, went up and got fouled.
Buzzard with the foul, her first. Free throw by Sanders wide left. So after the missed three-pointer at this end, the rebound to Egoff. And then Sander got fouled by Buzzard at the other end. Stevens comes out. Knepp is out. Bergen is in and Krebs in at 7:31 of the second with Warsaw leading 21-4. Sander looking for her 7th point, and she has it.
Warsaw shot free throws pretty well the other night on Saturday against Norwell.
Well, 14 out of 16.
13 out of 14 or something like that in the fourth quarter when Norwell was chasing.
They could have been better.
They could have been better. They could have made every one of them.
Yeah, they could have. They missed 2. I'm just kidding. They were terrific, and they made all their free throws. It felt like down the stretch, and they gave. And there's a traveling violation at the near end as Neal, who's back in the game, turns it over. I think the thing, Rob, when you miss and how you miss matters. And they didn't give Norwell even a sniff of thinking, hey, if we keep fouling, we can get back in this game.
No, they were putting the ball, it was nothing but net almost every time.
Bergen dribbling off the screen at the top. Morgan Nichols into the game for the Lady Tigers. Peterson bounces it down to Nichols on the block. She bobbled it, lost it, taken away. Neal with a steal. Hands off to Krieger. Krieger up ahead for Atienza. Atienza, pass to the post, knocked out of bounds by Egoff. Manchester maintains possession. West into the game, and here's Molly Shanup, a freshman who was not on the varsity roster at the beginning of the season, but they've had some injuries and other things, and they were short on numbers anyway. So now she is playing in the varsity game here tonight. West out at the top. Dribbles into a double team. Throws it off to Buzzard, who was gathering to pull the trigger on what would have been about a 30-footer. Buzzard against Bergen. Now top West, near side for Lauer. Off a screen. Egoff gets through it. Now out top for West. Dribbles into the corner for Shanna. Bounces it out for Lauer. Now to the far side. A three-pointer by Buzzard is good.
Boy, that was from downtown. That had some distance on it.
Her first three-pointer of the game, her first three-pointer, her first points of this night. The ball loose in the far corner, and it's out of bounds to Warsaw. And some of the Lincoln Lady Lions ended that basketball in their laps when they were not prepared for it.
A lot of diving and good hustling that time as everybody was scrambling for that loose ball.
Peterson to throw it in, baseline right, into the corner, Krebs. Krebs will jog it out to the timeline. 2 minutes into the second, Warsaw 22-7. Peterson on the weave. Off a screen, Egoff steps back for a three-pointer, rimming off the back of the rim, no good. Tipped by Egoff, loose and grabbed by Shanup from Manchester. That's knocked away and stolen. Egoff feeds it into Bergen. Up and under move, hammered. And a foul called. How about the passing from the Warsaw Big Girls here in this game? They've looked terrific with the basketball on this night.
That was really impressive that time. A lot of good interior, nice passes being done right now. And that time Egoff ran down an offensive rebound and gave the Tigers another scoring opportunity.
Bergen at the free throw line. First one's up, first one's in. Zoe off to a good start at the free throw line this season. I won't tell you how good because I'm not going to be responsible for her missing this one. Our team at the moment's up by 16. Bergen shoots again and makes that one. See? 24-7, Lady Tigers. 2.5 minutes into our second quarter. Buzzer to the line across the center circle. Trying to go right. Peterson won't let her. Buzzer all the way down the left side of the lane. Flipped it up high off the glass. No good. Krebs the rebound. Foul called. Foul called against, well, I thought it was against Lauer. It is against Lauer. Gracie with her first. Manchester with 14 fouls. Warsaw with 2. The Lady Tiger ball headed the far end of the Tiger Den, leading by 17. Bergen on the weave. In between the circles to the left elbow, all the way around the corner, put it up, missed it, but a foul call. You talk about kids growing up. Zoe Bergen doesn't even think about making that move last year. This year, she was aggressive to the hoop.
Yeah, I agree totally, and she's done that a couple of times here already in this game. Nice little hesitation move that time. She got up towards the free throw line, hesitated, and then blew by the defender and went strong to the hoop.
Bergen to shoot, puts it up, puts that one in. Zoe's got 7, 25-7 Lady Tigers. Sander in, Morgan Nichols out. Egoff is out and Krebs is in. Neal in for Manchester. And Lauer is out. And I know there's one more, and I can't figure out who it is. Bergen shoots again, missed that one. Sander, though, the rebound. Fakes, shoots, oh, missed it. Got her own rebound, back up, foul call. Good work there by the Lady Tigers on the missed free throw. And more free throws coming up.
Yeah, Abby snuck in along the baseline that time for that missed free throw, and was able to come up with it, and then went up strong and ended up getting fouled.
Shayna was the one who I could not identify. She's out there for Manchester. The foul was called against Neal. That's her first. Team's 6th. Sander now with 8 points, 2 out of 3 at the line. The Warsaw leads 26-7. And we've only played 3 minutes of the second quarter. And Sander thought she missed that one. She was wrong. It went in anyway. 3 out of 4 at the line, 9 points. 27-7, Lady Tigers. Shan up a 3 on the right. No good. Sander grabs the rebound for Warsaw. Oops, outletted it to Krebs. It was kind of in between players, and Krebs reached up and grabbed it at the last second, and then Krebs throws it too high for Peterson, and it almost hits the ketchup bottle out in the hallway near the concession stand.
Yeah, Caselin knew she shouldn't have thrown that one. Just tried to get it down deep into the corner to Peterson, but threw it too high.
Her idea was good.
It was.
The execution was not that great. That happens. Three-pointer, Neal, no good. Sander, another rebound. Quick outlet to Stevens, and Bailey will slow things down and let everybody fly on by so they can run a play. Stevens, right side Bergen, hands off to Krebs, and traveling skull. It wasn't the smoothest of handoffs. I did not think it was travel. Jeremy Becker thought otherwise. And so it's out of bounds to Manchester. 4.5 minutes left to play. First half, Warsaw leads by 20. Shanna, a three-pointer, way short. Rebound saved in to Manchester. They get a reload. Now a bad pass though. We'll give it back to Warsaw as Krieger threw it just below the chin of Atienza, and it's a good thing she threw it 6 inches lower than her chin, because that would have really, really hurt.
Yeah, and she was in pretty close quarters to be firing the ball that hard, and it bounced off of her and went out of bounds.
Neal back in. Lauer in for Manchester. Halfway through the second, Warsaw leads 27-7. Stevens, they run pushed out. Krebs lost the handle on it. It rolls out of bounds, and it hit Manchester last.
Yeah, the Tigers got a break that time. They tried to run back door, and Krebs got the ball going towards the hoop, but she lost the handle. Unfortunately, it went off a Manchester player.
They have tried 3 times now this season to run push down. They haven't been able to make it work yet.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Mm-hmm. And you know, when you watch them do it, they do it like they always have. It just hasn't been there yet.
Stevens, baseline right at the far end to throw it in. Looking, Peterson wide open for an 18-footer. It's no good. Rebound, though, to Bergen. Back up. Foul call. Zoe working hard down there in the post.
Zoe is so versatile. She can play up top, she can handle the ball, she can shoot the ball, and she can go down low and be physical and pull rebounds for you.
Bergen to shoot. First one's up. That one's good. Zoe's got 8 points. She has 4 in each quarter. She had 4 in the opener. So she's already past that. It is a new career high. One more, and that's good. So Bergen 5 out of 6 at the line, 9 points. 29-7. Lady Tigers, 3:50 left to play in the second quarter. Atienza now down for Lauer. And it's a triangle in 2. Shot off the top of the backboard, no good. Rebound back up, no good. Stevens the rebound for the Lady Tigers. Bailey in a hurry, all the way in, lobs it down for Sander, who catches and scores.
Nice job by Bailey that time, penetrating along the right side, throwing it up high to Sander on the other side.
The pass was just a smidge too high, but Abby tipped it to herself and did not bring it down. 31-7. Buzzard up the left side. Banked it off the glass and in. Leaning under a player, around another, makes it 31-9. Down in deep, and a foul call. 2 minutes for cross-checking in front of the goaltender's crease. Going to be called here against Manchester as Sander, all of a sudden her midsection started moving forward in a way that she was not accustomed to.
Yeah, we had the perfect view of that one that time because they tried to lob it up high to her down in the low post, and suddenly she just went flying out of the post area.
Sander to shoot. 3 out of 4 in the game, 63% a year ago. And the senior puts the first one around and no good. The rebound's grabbed by Manchester. I thought that was going to rattle off the backboard and go in. It did not. And Warsaw's lead stays at 22. 3 minutes left to play first half. Neal Atienza for a 16-footer. Left side no good. Rebound Neal back up no good. Rebound Bergen for the Lady Tigers. Bounces the outlet ahead to Stevens. Stevens runs it down into the left corner, then peels off. Stevens will bring it all the way out. She had Sander up ahead, Rob. I will ask you to comment on that here in just a second, because I'm watching her, and I saw Abby waving for the ball. I don't know where she was in relation. Peterson left corner. Dumps it down into Sander on the block. A foul call. There's the whistle. And Olivia Neal will get her third foul of this quarter. That'll be 9 fouls called against Manchester here in the half, and Sander will go to the free throw line and shoot 1 and 1.
Yeah, Bailey and Abby were coming down on the same side of the court that time. Abby was ahead of her on the left side of the lane as Bailey came barreling up in through there. And you're right, Sander was open. You almost sensed that maybe Coach Krebs yelled at Bailey to set something up because she just dribbled down into that area and peeled right back up, came up top, and they set up their offense.
Sander shoots the first one up and in. Again, I'm watching the ball. I'm seeing other people out of the corner of my eye. And I'm thinking, when Abby called for the ball, in my head, she's still 17 feet from the basket. If Bailey would have thrown her the ball, she'd at least had to dribble twice, which would not have been a good idea. Second one, no good, but Krebs has the offensive rebound and shoots a three-pointer off of it and hits it. It's a 4-point trip for the Lady Tigers, and they lead 35-9 with 2:08 left to play here in the first half. Krieger all the way across Atienza for a three-pointer. That's no good. Sander up high for the rebound. She looks for an outlet, finds Stevens. Lobs it up the near sideline. Peterson at the arc. Threw it inside, and it was tipped out of bounds. She had Bergen wide open under the hoop and couldn't get her the ball.
Yeah, she had the right idea. Peterson did a good job of catching the ball down in the corner and heading for the basket, and Zoe running the court fantastic. That time was open down in the low post. Peterson tried to lob it into her, but the ball got tipped away.
We have a shout-out to give. We'll do that in just a second. Layla Knapp into the game, shoots a three-pointer, and hit it. In her first high school varsity game, her first basket is a three-pointer. That is a contagious thought. That's happened That happened a lot on Saturday. Three-pointer at the other end by Buzzer, no good. In transition, a three by Krebs is no good. Knapp had the rebound come right off and bang off her shoulder. Rebound to West. Ball knocked away by Bergen, taken back by Krebs. 1:24 left in the half. Warsaw leads 38-9. Krebs' pass is tipped out of bounds and into the Manchester bench. 1:21 left to play before halftime. Warsaw with a 38-9 lead.
Coach Krebs a little animated right now. I think he wants to make sure that this doesn't turn into playground ball. And I think he's trying to convey that message to his group right now.
And he'll take Krebs out of the game and bring Egoff back in. Shanup checks in for the Squires with 1:21 left to play here in the half, and Warsaw leading 38-9. Stevens in the backcourt off the inbounds pass by Bergen. Now Bailey between the circles, off an Egoff screen, left wing out to Knapp. Knapp on the hard push across the lane, throws it out to Bergen, down inside for Nichols. Nichols stumbles in, put it up and in, and a foul. Morgan Nichols for her first two of the season, and a chance for a three-point play.
And that was really well executed that time. They ran the weave up top, they got some penetration, then a nice bounce pass into Nichols, who finished strong.
Morgan, who did not score for the varsity last season, primarily was a JV player, shot no good, and Egoff tried to get that offensive rebound, could not, and it goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Manchester. 1:02 left to play before halftime. Coming up at the half, scoring, stats, what we can give you. Again, we don't have stat people tonight. And then Rob is going to sing the IU fight song. I just want to warn you of that.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Glad to know in advance.
You're welcome. See, I knew if I told you too soon that you wouldn't do it, but now I know that you will.
Gotcha.
A drive in the lane by Lauer, and she is fouled. And this will be on Nichols. That's her first, out of bounds. It's only the third foul called against Warsaw. Nobody has more than one. Krieger to throw it in, baseline right. That's across the lane as we look at it. She lobs it out top for Atienza. She'll drive in Lauer drives the lane, lost it, taken away by Bergen, and then Bergen dribbled it off her own foot. No, she dribbled it off a Manchester foot. That's out of bounds to the Lady Tigers with 43.3 left to play here in the half. Abby Taylor runs the scores table to check in. It is at the moment a 31-point lead. Remember, the IHSA put in a mercy rule for basketball. That threshold is 35 after halftime. So we're not there yet, but it's not hard to envision that happening after the intermission. Knapp on the weave, dribbles from left to right, kicks it out to Abby Taylor, who's a very good outside shooter. Stevens, left wing, 25 seconds. Stevens off an Egoff screen to the right, to the elbow, throws it off to Knapp. Knapp off a Nichols screen, hands back to Taylor, 15 seconds. Taylor, top of the circle, mishandled it, but plays it off to Stevens with 9. Now 8. Off a Nichols screen, lost the ball 6 seconds. 5, 4. Stevens off a screen at the top, illegal screen. That was just never set up. The last 10 seconds of that just were something bad was going to happen.
And Egoff does a great job of wanting to set screens, but she needs to get set and not slide. And, that's just something she needs to work on, and the coaches will see that in film and convey that to her. But she's sliding a little bit and leaning.
2.5 left in the half. They get it into West. She shoots it from midcourt. It hits the backboard. Halftime here at the Tiger Den. Warsaw 40, Manchester 9. First half scoring comes your way after this 90-second break on News Now Warsaw.
When my team goes to work for you, we are original. Professionals with modern, unparalleled marketing and unwavering standards and passion. To us, it's more than just selling someone a house. We move people's lives forward and guide them to a home. Handling the real estate task flawlessly is one thing, but our expertise in people and results is what clients respect about us. I believe that is what makes us successful. I'm Brian Peterson of the Brian Peterson Real Estate Group of Warsaw. You can reach us
at BrianPetersonGroup.com.
Basketball is a game where your team could play man defense, zone defense, motion offense, press. You could focus on shooting threes or scoring in the post. Whatever strategy you use, in order to win the game, your team needs a head coach with an effective game plan. We at Alder Bergen can help you develop and implement a financial game plan for your family's future.
Let Alder Bergen be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alder Bergen & Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at alderbergen.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
Your late model is wanted at R&B Car Company because we're buying vehicles. That's right. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, even those big honkin' diesels. And we're buying on the spot. And business as usual. Max allowance for your trade. We'll still give you $2,500 minimum for your trade-in. No payments for 90 days with approved credit. We'll deliver or buy your vehicle anywhere. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, Michiana. Fast and friendly service and the best deal bottom line. Shop now and get pre-approved at rbcarcompany.com.
Give us 15 minutes. We'll give you the world. This is News Now Warsaw.
Halftime at the Tiger Den, Warsaw 40 and Manchester 9. First half scoring for the Lady Squires. Aliala Atienza had 2. Brooklyn Buzzard 5. She's their leader. Keelan Krieger has the other 2. For Warsaw, balanced scoring and plenty of it. Bailey Stevens 5. Ava Egoff 2, Layla Knapp 3, Morgan Nichols 2, Caitlin Krebs 7, Zoe Bergen 9, and already in double figures, Abby Steiner with 12. It was 21-4, Warsaw after 1. The Lady Tigers outscored the Lady Squires 19-5 in the second to make it 40-9. We were never tied. We've had no lead changes. Again here at halftime, Warsaw with the lead 40-9 over Manchester. Warsaw won the JV game 46-15. We don't have a box score for that, so I can't give you individual scoring, but we will try to do that before the game is over in our post-game show for the varsity game. Again, it's 40-9. Lady Tigers with the lead. We will do our best to give you stats after this timeout on News Now Warsaw.
Hello, I'm Jay Rigdon. If the last 18 months has taught us anything, it's been the importance of planning for your future and your family's future. At Rockhill Pinnock, our attorneys are ready to help you with that job, using tools ranging from simple powers of attorney to complex trusts and everything in between. Don't leave the future of your loved ones to chance. To discuss your family's future and how to protect it, call 267-6116 for an appointment. Rockhill Pinnock, lawyers you can count on.
Padrick, oh what you gonna do? Oh what you gonna do? Oh the boys in blue, car stalls won't start. Oh what you gonna do? Oh what you gonna do? Oh the boys in blue. I reckon any state and be the best rate. Take the next step, go like a Jeanette. Go with the guys who got the best tools. If you get in the wreck, they'll come and get you. Padrick, oh what you gonna do? Oh like a Jeanette, they'll come get you.
Remember, when you get in the wreck,
go like a Jeanette.
Lake City Restoration on Argonne Road at Warsaw is there when you need them most. Call 574-385-9111. Whether it's damage from a fire, flood, mold, storm, or biohazard, Lake City Restoration is the solution for your emergency service needs. Call 574-385-9111. That's 385-9111, online at lcrestore.com, or simply Google Lake City Restoration. Listen to the Tigers anywhere in the world at newsnowwarsaw.com and the News Now Warsaw app.
Halftime, Warsaw with a 40-9 lead over Manchester. The first half stats are brought to you by Alder Bergen & Company. Let them be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alder Bergen & Company, 122 West Market Street in Warsaw, and online at alderbergen.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Again, we don't have stats, in the normal way that we have them, but this is what we can tell you. Manchester made 4 field goals in the first half. One of those a three-pointer. They did not attempt a free throw. Warsaw made 14 field goals in the first half, 2 of those from beyond the arc, and they were 10 out of 15 at the line. But the turnovers really tell the story. Warsaw with 4 turnovers in the first half. Manchester had 13.
Yeah, so you're on pace for 25 turnovers, and it's really tough to be competitive when you turn the ball over that much. And Warsaw's defense is doing a great job of keeping Manchester out of the paint, keeping them out on the perimeter. When they are able to get a good look at the basket, it's generally from three-point range.
Now, again, we talked about this at the beginning of the game. We're always careful not to count our chickens, but we thought this could be a wide score. The third quarter becomes really important here because you don't want this to get sloppy, and it kind of did in that second quarter.
Yes, it did kind of get that way, and you could see Coach Krebs' frustration at one point where he was pretty vocal with the group that was out on the court as it kind of turned into some playground ball as the girls were just kind of starting to throw it all over the place. So, I'm sure in the locker room right now, he's preaching, fundamentals. Let's run our offense. Let's stay the course. Let's not start doing things and developing bad habits. So it'll be interesting to see if the Lady Tigers are able to do that.
The Lady Tigers will be back in action on Friday at Tippecanoe Valley, and then they will be at home again next Wednesday, a week from tonight, when Wabash comes in. This is the first of 3 straight games against the Three Rivers Conference. 3 very winnable games certainly the Lady Tigers will be favored in, that then will set them up for what's coming next. And what's coming next is that trip to Crown Point against Crown Point and Maryville.
Yeah, and Crown Point's pretty good.
They're number 1 in 4A.
Yes, Crown Point's pretty good. Maryville's always got a strong program. The Duneland Challenge is much fun. It's a great opportunity for 2 teams from the Duneland Conference to play against 2 teams in the Northern Lake Conference, and it's Warsaw and Northridge. And so I really enjoyed that day where we have an opportunity to see the folks in the Duneland.
And the beauty of basketball is that there are 21 games. So you can have this kind of day where you might lose 2 games, and it isn't the end of the world, right? Next year in football, Warsaw is going to play Michigan City and Chesterton. That's going to be 2 hard weeks to start their season. 2 really hard weeks. That's 2 nights of your season. This will be 2/21st, and I love it. And you and I are very excited to go up there.
Oh man, absolutely. And like you said, it's one day. It's one day out of your whole season. You get to play a couple of quality teams. Again, you find out where you're at, where your weaknesses are, and that's important to learn.
The halftime stats have been brought to you by Oliver Bergen & Company. Let them be the head coach of your financial planning team. They're at 122 West Market Street in Warsaw and online at oliverbergen.com. We start the third quarter in 90 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
My team goes to work for you. We are original. Professionals with modern, unparalleled marketing and unwavering standards and passion. To us, it's more than just selling someone a house. We move people's lives forward and guide them to a home. Handling the real estate task flawlessly is one thing, but our expertise in people and results is what clients respect about us. I believe that is what makes us successful. I'm Brian Peterson of the Brian Peterson Real Estate Group of Warsaw. You can reach us at brianpetersongroup.com.
Basketball is a game where your team can play man defense, zone defense, motion offense, press. You can focus on shooting threes or scoring in the post. Whatever strategy you use, in order to win the game, your team needs a head coach with an effective game plan. We at Alder Bergen can help you develop and implement a financial game plan for your family's future.
Let Alder Bergen be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alder Bergen & Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at alderbergen.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
Your late model is wanted at R&B Car Company because we're buying vehicles. That's right. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, even those big honkin' diesels. And we're buying on the spot. It's business as usual. Max allowance for your trade. We'll still give you $2,500 minimum for your trade-in. No payments for 90 days with approved credit. We'll deliver or buy your vehicle anywhere. We want your late model trucks, SUVs, vans, and cars, Michiana. Fast and friendly service and the best deal bottom line. Shop now and get pre-approved at rbcarcompany.com.
You're listening to the Warsaw Tiger Radio Network, 99.7 FM, 1480 AM, newsnowwarsaw.com, and the News Now Warsaw app.
By the way, shout out. We need to do a greeting. I said it before we went to halftime, and I didn't do it. We need to send out a shout out to those who are watching and listening to us. They're listening on the same channel as watching us on the YouTube channel for Warsaw, and that is warsaw-tigers.com. From South Carolina, greetings. It's got to be warmer there than it is here.
Oh, man, you got to love it that people are able from all over the country or all over the world, for that matter, to be able to watch Lady Tiger basketball, and it's great to give them a shout-out. I'm glad you're with us.
Our broadcast will be implanted on the video broadcast for all the home games. So we're excited about that. We're glad that you guys are too. Warsaw ball to start the third. It will be the 5 that started for both teams. Atienza, Buzzard, Krieger, Weston, Neal for Manchester, Bergen, Stevens, Egoff, Saner, and Krebs for the Lady Tigers. Warsaw ball at the near end. Saner above the free throw line for Egoff. One dribble, hands back to Krebs. Krebs dribbling right, hands back to Bergen. Bergen to the top of the circle, hands it back to Stevens, and Warsaw will reload it. Now to Egoff. Right side to Bergen. Bergen looking for cutters, nobody open. Krebs steps out, shoots a three-pointer, and missed it wide left, no good. Saner tipped it out of bounds, and look out in the front row. Saner runs into Winchester. That's Russ down in the front row. Those are two large human beings.
Yes,
that collided right there.
Yeah, one of the biggest guys on the boys' football team and the biggest player on the ladies' basketball team.
Yeah, and Russ didn't look like he was fazed by it at all. He's like, "Hi, Abby, how are you?" Now on the drive, Buzzard trying to get in the lane, flipped it up underhanded. She'll be called for traveling.
Yeah, Buzzard she's frustrated. At that point, she decided she was going to go to the basket no matter what, and eventually she drew a double team, and she ended up turning the ball over.
You can see, though, why they're so excited about her. She has some skill, and she's going to be the big pole in the middle of their tent here for the next 3.5 years. They just got to get there first. Stevens out the top, dribbling off the right. We're a minute into the third. Warsaw leads 40-9 over Manchester. Krebs to the top, makes a head fake, drives in, floats up a 15-footer that's short. Rebound grabbed by Krieger for Manchester. Krieger in transition has no numbers. Peels off to the right with the dribble against Egoff. Lobs the middle. Buzzard catches it. Now she threw it. Oh, and Egoff, shall we say, butted that ball out of bounds. It hit her in the backside. I'm not even sure she knew it was back there.
No, I don't think so either. The ball got deflected. I think it went off her heel or off her backside somehow, went out of bounds.
Krieger to throw it in, finds a cutting West who couldn't handle it, saves it in all the way to midcourt. It's going to go out of bounds and belong to Warsaw.
You know, the feel is so different from the start of the game right now because there's such this huge point spread. The Tigers are flat. The crowd is silent. You know, everybody knows the game's already been decided, and there's just no energy in these Lady Tigers out here right now.
A lot of the elementary kids went home.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's a total different feel from the first half.
Stevens kicks it out to Bergen left corner. She'll try the baseline, was cut off. Back to Stevens. Out top to Egoff. Egoff puts her head down, draws a double team, flips it out to Stevens. She'll shoot from the foul line, and it's no good. And Buzzard's got the rebound for Manchester. Long pass down court to West. Bergen's right there with her. Ainsley drives in, put it high off the glass, no good. Rebound to Krebs for the Lady Tigers. 2 minutes into the third, Warsaw still leads by the same margin they did at halftime. It's 40-9. High pick and roll, Krebs underneath the Saner for two.
Nice set-up play. The Tigers were struggling. Coach Krebs called out a little pick and roll with Saner, and they executed it well.
42-9 Lady Tigers. Again, the threshold is 35. That's when the mercy rule kicks in, which means pretty much no matter what happens, the clock keeps running. And a whistle, and Saner reached in and fouled Olivia Neal. Abby with her first foul, out of bounds to Manchester on the baseline. The only time the clock would stop would be for timeouts, free throws, and injuries. And the end of the third quarter, of course. West lobs in the corner. Buzzard. She'll catch and shoot a three. It's a little long. Rebound loose, and Saner comes out of there with it. Here comes Stevens in a hurry up the middle, and she's fouled by Buzzard. And Brooklyn's got her fourth.
And that's one of Bailey's strengths. She's not only quick, she is fast. So when she puts the ball on the floor and is going to go the length of the floor, a lot of guards are going to struggle to keep up with her. And that time the Manchester player was trying to stay up with her and ended up just bumping her.
And on top of those two things, she is fearless.
She is, absolutely.
Which has gotten her into trouble in her first couple years of varsity basketball. She's off to a great start this year. Krebs on the drive up the baseline, shot an air ball, rebound to Manchester's Shannon. West into Bergen at the elbow, left side to Krieger. Krieger off a screen, Egoff right there with her. Threw a bad pass behind Lauer. Lauer could not save it. It goes in the backcourt, and it's over and back. And a violation gives the ball back to the Lady Tigers. 4:44 left to play in the third quarter. Warsaw leads 42-9. And Stevens will jog it through the center circle. Right side to Krebs. Off the top side of his screen, shoots a three-pointer, book it. Her second of the game, her sixth of the young season, 45-9. Warsaw leads now by 36, and the mercy rule kicks into effect. Down the lane, West, a hop, a skip, and a jump, and travel. A good job by the folks at the scores table. The clock keeps running.
Yeah, how about that? They were all over it, just like you were.
Well, I was more worried about being able to subtract 45 from 9 and making it be 35 points. Out top, Krebs shoots another three. That one hit the backboard first, tipped by Sander, grabbed by West for Manchester. Halfway through the third, Warsaw leads 45-9. West forced one up. Bergen stripped it away and stole it, and a foul call. Bergen with a pretty good left-handed pass got that ball to Stevens. She was headed the other way. West reached in and stopped the fast break with her first foul. Abby Peterson, Layla Knepp to the scores table to check in, along with Morgan Nichols. Sander, Krebs, and Stevens head to the bench.
And again, this is one of those nights where you're building your depth. You're getting experience for the players that aren't out there as much, so it's good to see some of these players coming in this early.
Pass to the feet of Nichols, taken away. Bad pass there by Zoe Bergen, taken away by Lauer. In transition, West right side against Knapp. Picks up her dribble, whips a left-handed pass across to Shanup for three, short, and Bergen will let it go out of bounds. Clock running, we're in a mercy rule situation. Abby Taylor into the game for Warsaw for Bergen. Egoff, the only starter still out there. And they do have Viv Zambrano and Joey Rastrelli dressed and ready to go. Knepp on the drive, kicks it out to Taylor. She shoots for three, nope, short. Rebound Egoff and a whistle and a held ball. The arrow belongs to Manchester with 2:25 left to go.
Nice job by Ava that time. She is tough. She loves to go under the boards and fight for the ball and get physical down in there, and that time she did exactly that.
On the baseline, Shanup will force one up that's short. Good block out by Egoff, and she grabs the rebound. And then says, "You will not take this ball from my grasp." Taylor off a high screen, threw it for Nichols, threw it out of bounds. Morgan was trying to roll the basket, but got hung up, and the pass went harmlessly into the end bleachers. Out of bounds to Manchester.
Yeah, it was a good idea. They tried to run a little pick and roll, but they just didn't execute it quite right.
1:40 left to go in the third quarter. Warsaw leading 45-9 over Manchester, about to go to 2-0 on their season. Neal, guarded by Nichols, picks up her dribble, needs help, finds it in Krieger. Krieger stops the lane, shoots a 12-footer, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Warsaw. Manchester maintains possession.
Nice job by Lauer that time, fighting for that offensive rebound, forcing Warsaw to tip the ball out of bounds.
On the inbounds, Krieger, baseline left at the far end, gets it in for West. West on the drive in the lane, kicks it across. Up the baseline goes Krieger, under the basket, blocked by Knapp. Rebound grabbed out of there by Egoff. Peterson in transition, up ahead to Abby Taylor. Down in deep, Nichols on the block, turns and shoots, had it blocked. Knapp comes from out of nowhere and grabs it. Knapp dribbles out of there with it, lost the handle on it, sticks a fork in it, and gets it out to Egoff. Peterson, right corner to Taylor. Back to Peterson, she'll shoot for three, that didn't quite make it there. Long rebound grab by Krieger. She's being chased from behind. She'll be caught from behind. She traveled with the ball. 30 seconds, clock running, third quarter. Lady Tigers 45, Lady Squires 9. Peterson across the line through the center circle. Angles off the right, then comes back to the middle. 15 seconds. Knapp, out top, Egoff. Peterson down here on the left. To the corner to Knapp, and Knapp traveled. I've noticed this in practice, and nobody says anything in practice, so she hasn't really stopped it, but she hops every time she touches the ball. Through 3 quarters, Warsaw 45, Manchester 9. We start the 4th in 60 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Hello, I'm Jay Rigdon. If the last 18 months has taught us anything, it's been the importance of planning for your future and your family's future. At Rockhill Pinnock, our attorneys are ready to help you with that job, using tools ranging from simple powers of attorney to complex trusts and everything in between. Don't leave the future of your loved ones to chance. To discuss your family's future and how to protect it, call 267-6116 for an appointment. Rockhill Pinnock, lawyers you can count on.
Padlock, oh what you gonna do? Oh what you gonna do? All the boys in blue, car stalls won't start. Oh what you gonna do? Oh what you gonna do? All the boys in blue. I reckon any state, any the best rate. Take the next step, go like a Jeanette. Go with the guys who got the best tools. If you get in the wreck, they'll come and get you. Padlock, oh what you wanna do? Oh like a Jeanette, they'll come get you. Remember, when you get in the wreck, go like a Jeanette.
News Now Warsaw, WRSW 1480 AM and W259 DJ 99.7 FM, Warsaw, Indiana.
Again, we don't have stats tonight, but I can tell you this. The last time the Lady Tigers shut out an opponent in a quarter was... No, you know what? I don't have it for... Yes, I do. Somewhere I do. I have to find it. I thought I had it. I was ready to read it, but I wasn't ready. 4th quarter underway. We're under a running clock. Warsaw leads Manchester 45-9. Peterson in the post ball tipped away. Egoff has it in the right corner. Dribbles a circle. Got in the lane. Lost the handle on the ball. Taken away by Lauer for Manchester. Warsaw led 21-4 after one, and they have not looked back since. New kid in there, that's Ella Clifford. This is her first game of the season. She shoots, she misses. Egoff has the rebound for Warsaw. Outlets up the far side, Peterson. In the corner to Knapp. Knapp up the baseline, nowhere to go. Out to Peterson. She'll drive in and throw it across to a wide open Abby Taylor for 3. She scored 6 points all last season, none of them off 3-point baskets. Got one there, and it's 48-9.
Yeah, Abby can shoot the outside shot very well.
Neal for 3, no good. Taylor the rebound for Warsaw. Outlets to Peterson, a minute into the 4th with Warsaw up 48-9. Peterson, 40-foot pass ahead to Knapp. Knapp dribbles in, couldn't go anywhere. Around to Egoff, then to Taylor. Taylor right in front of the Warsaw bench, out to Knapp, wide open, 3-pointer, good. You know, the thing they said about Layla Knapp that would probably keep her on the JV all season was that she wasn't a very good shooter. But she has totally been a good shooter this year so far for the Lady Tigers. Atienne's on the drive, fouled. Knapp gets her first. Free throws coming up here, and the clock stops with 6:27 left to go in the game.
And it's fun to see a player, when they realize they have a weakness, work hard at it and get better at it. You know, there's so many players who they don't want to work on their weakness because they're not good at it and it's not fun. Well, when you see players improve in an area, that's neat to see.
Atienza puts it up and in. That's her 3rd point. And it's the first points for Manchester in this half. Now, again, it's a running clock. It's not running at the moment because Atienza is at the free throw line. Second one for the junior is up there and in there. And so the clock runs, and it's 51-11, Lady Tigers. Knapp to Peterson, around the horn to Taylor, down to Joey Rastrelli, who's in the game. Nichols turns in and is fouled. Neal will pick up the foul. That will be her 4th. She and Buzzard have 4 for Manchester. And free throws are coming up here for Morgan Nichols, who did not attempt a free throw all last season for the varsity. And Nichols puts it up there and in. It's going to be another game, Rob, where Everybody's going to walk out of here wearing orange and black, feeling pretty good about the way things went.
Well, I think without a doubt. And, it's fun to see these players who don't get as much playing time get a lot of court time tonight.
Second one is no good. Rebound to Manchester. Squires headed the other way. Buzzard back in there with 6:06 left. Drives in the right side of the lane, off the glass, no good. Nichols had the rebound, got knocked around. It's grabbed by Peterson, and Abbey takes off running. Joey Rastrelli in for the right, all the way in, off the glass, too high, no good. Back tapped by Nepp, grabbed by Peterson. Nepp on the left, 4-3, good. Layla Nepp with another three-pointer. She's got 9, and it's 50. The board says 55-11. Is that right? Yes, that's right, because Nichols made a free throw, and then that three-pointer makes it 55-11. Oliver Grosjean getting into action down there below. Timeout will be taken here by Manchester. Timeout, Squires. 5:24 left to play here in the game. Warsaw leads 55-11. We're back in 60 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Lake City Restoration on Argonne Road at Warsaw is there when you need them most. Call 574-385-9111. Whether it's damage from a fire, flood, mold, storm, or biohazard, Lake City Restoration is the solution for your emergency service needs. Call 574-385-9111. That's 385-9111, online at lcrestore.com, or simply Google Lake City Restoration.
When my team goes to work for you, we are original. Professionals with modern, unparalleled marketing and unwavering standards and passion. To us, it's more than just selling someone a house. We move people's lives forward and guide them to a home. Handling the real estate task flawlessly is one thing, but our expertise in people and results is what clients respect about us. I believe that is what makes us successful. I'm Brian Peterson of the Brian Peterson Real Estate Group of Warsaw. You can reach us at brianpetersongroup.com.
Now back to the Lady Tigers on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
I found it. I knew that I would. It's the 15th time that Warsaw has shut out an opponent in a quarter. The first time since the Fort Wayne Snyder game at the Manahan Orthopedic Capital Center, and I did not write the year on there. I'll have to go back and look that up, but I'm sure I can find it because there was a boys game going on here that night as Manchester turns it over, 5:10 left to play in the fourth. Nichols down outside the block, Rastrelli out top, Peterson for three, in and out. And the rebound's grabbed by Buzzard for Manchester, and she'll take off running. Couple of freshmen running side by side with Nepp right next to her. Buzzard slows things down, throws it left side for Clifford. Ella back out top for Neal. Neal drives the right side of the lane, stumbled, lost it, fell down with it, and then we're going to have air ball. The air belongs to Manchester. Clock's running. We're under the mercy rule that was put into effect for this season. We have a second. Your thoughts on the mercy rule for basketball?
No, I think it's a good idea. When you get a point spread of 35 points at this stage, I think there's no reason to stop the clock and prolong it.
Left corner for Atienza. Back out to the wing for Lauer, and now to Krieger. Krieger down to the corner for Clifford. Up the sidelines, near side to Buzzard from 30. Shot at 35. Shot no good. Rebound though grabbed by Lauer. Blocked out of bounds by Morgan Nichols. And Manchester maintains possession. And Viv Zambrano. Last year she went by Viviana. I always go through the kids' names, say, what do you want me to call you? And she stopped. She started to say Viviana. She goes, Mr. Grossman, can you call me Viv? And I said, well, yes, I can, if that's what you'd like. And so, that's what I'm calling. We have a made basket at the other end. Peterson's going to get the foul. That's her first. And Atienza with the hoop. She's got 6. She's their leading scorer. She scored 6 of their 13 points. And the free throw's in the air, and it's an air ball. But Joey Rastrelli stepped in to the lane too early, and so they'll get one more free throw.
Not sure what this is about.
Well, they're going to call it a held ball.
Interesting. I missed that.
Well, the free throw didn't hit the rim.
Correct. It was an air ball.
But it should. I'm going to have to go look that one up in the rule book when I get home.
Yeah.
Because I would think that the lane violation by Warsaw would make the air ball free throw null and void. Nichols down on the block. Took it hard to the hoop and got fouled. Or maybe Jack will come up and say hi at the end of the game and we can just ask him.
Yes, I'm right there with you. I thought the lane violation would do away with the shot.
I guess the word is trump.
Yes, it would trump the shot.
Oh, Nichols misses wide on that free throw. The foul was called against Krieger. That's her third. Nichols at the free throw line shooting again. She is 1 for 4. And she is 1 for 5. And the rebound is grabbed by Krieger for Manchester. 3.5 minutes left to play in the game. Warsaw leads 55-13. Buzzard up the right side of the lane. Shot off the glass, no good. Westrelli's got the rebound for the Lady Tigers. Outlets to Peterson. Abby into the lane, all the way out the other side, back to Nichols. Around to Rastrelli, down to the corner for Taylor. Threw it inside, good catch by Nichols. Put it up, missed it, foul called. That's flypaper catching there with one hand by Morgan Nichols down in the block.
Yeah, that was really impressive. That was a hot pass. It was up high down into the low post, and she went up with one hand and snagged it and regained her balance and got the shot up and got fouled.
Krieger with the foul, her fourth. Nichols back to the line to shoot. First one's up and no good. I will just say, and this is not a criticism, it's just what is. She's got a pretty good hitch in her free throw.
She really does.
She's getting ready to pull the trigger on it, and then there's this little movement. I don't even know what it is. The little flinch. I'd love to get my hands on that free throw and just try to calm that down. Everything's good until she pulls the trigger. She missed both of those. Taylor, though, with the rebound. Peterson behind the back dribble. Down the lane, floats it up. Missed it. Rebound grabbed by Krieger for Manchester. 3 minutes left to go. Stay tuned after the game. Scoring, stats, conversation with Lenny Krebs, all ahead. Shot at the other end, no good. Rebound to Rastrelli for the Lady Tigers. Taylor down in the post. Turns, half hook, good. Abby Taylor scored 6 points for the varsity last year. She's got 5 here in the fourth quarter. And it's 57-13 Warsaw.
Yeah, that was a really nice move. Nice little spin move, half hook as you called it, and it was really well done.
She was ready for that ball, knew what she wanted to do with it when she got it. Buzzard from way out on the right. That's no good. Rebound for Atienza. Atienza back to Buzzard to the right. Drives the right side. Put it up. Nichols blocked it. Grabbed by Rastrelli for the Lady Tigers with 2:08 to play. Joey down the middle of the lane. Pull up 12-footer in transition. Good.
Nice job by Joey that time. If nobody picks you up when you head down court, just go right into the lane. She popped a little 12-foot jumper.
Her mom is in the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame, and her daughter just made her first varsity points for the Lady Tigers. Shot for 3 by Buzzard is an air ball. Rebound to Manchester, then they throw it away. Rastrelli up and to the right. Peterson comes flying in all the way to the rack, no good. Rebounds Zambrano, missed it. And the rebound is grabbed by Atienza for Manchester with 1:35 left to go. And a timeout will be taken here by Manchester. 1:32 left to play in the fourth. 59-13. Warsaw with the lead. We're back after this on News Now Warsaw.
Basketball is a game where your team could play man defense, zone defense, motion offense, press. You could focus on shooting threes or scoring in the post. Whatever strategy you use, in order to win the game, your team needs a head coach with an effective game plan. We at Alder Verbergen can help you develop and implement a financial game plan for your family's future. Let Alder Verbergen be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alder Verbergen & Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at alderverbergen.com. Security is offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
Give us 15 minutes, we'll give you the world. This is News Now Warsaw.
Friday night, Rob and I will be on State Road 19, visiting one of our favorite places in the whole wide world, Tippecanoe Valley. The Vikings take on the Lady Tigers in the middle game of 3 consecutive games against the Three Rivers Conference. Airtime will be 7:25. Tip-off will follow that on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM. Online at newsnowwarsaw.com and at the News Now Warsaw app. We will not be on video on Friday. But we will be next Wednesday when the girls are back home to wrap up this trifecta of games against the TRC. Wabash will be here. JV will start that night at 6, so don't be late. Manchester to throw it in from the sidelines. 1:32 left. Warsaw has led from the start. They lead 59-13 right now. Inbound pass leads to a held ball. The air belongs to Manchester, and the clock runs down to 1:22 left to go. Krieger to throw it in, baseline right, halfway between the lane and the arc. New kid in there, that is Maddie Miller. High inbounds pass, coming all the way in the backcourt, stolen. Rastrelli to steal, under the basket, reverse layup is good. Joey Rastrelli, who had a terrific cross-country season while playing JV soccer at the same time, makes it 61-13 for the girls basketball team. And there's a high pass by Krieger that's thrown over everybody's head and almost out the door. They have already put the mustard away, or that one might have hit that.
Yes, and you're right. Joey Rastrelli had a fantastic spring, or fall. She very active.
Zambrano off a nickel screen, lost the ball, taken away by Miller for Manchester. Miller up the far side, trying to angle in, skips it across. Open jump shot, no good by Clifford. Rebound Zambrano with 20 seconds left to go. Warsaw will be 2-0, Manchester 0-4. Off a screen, Peterson floats it left-handed. That wouldn't go. Rebound, Peterson. Nope, held ball, and that's going to do it. Again, the clock is running. Time will run out, and Warsaw wins by a final score of 61-13. Again, the Lady Tigers now 2-0 in the season. Manchester falls to 0-4. Post-game coverage begins after this 90-second break on News Now Warsaw.
Your late model is one.